Good Easter morning. This is Grandma's Only, and today I just had a special message for all the grandmas out there, whether you are officially a grandma or just you're a grandma at heart. You're welcome to this Grandma Only broadcast. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about pearls of wisdom, and it's our legacy to our children. And there is a reason why we call wisdom kind of like a pearl of wisdom. You know, these little pearls come to us many different ways. There's some plastic knockoffs. Of course, they're not very expensive, are they? And we can get cultured pearls, which man makes by placing an irritant in an oyster shell. And as the water flows in and out of this oyster for its nutrition, then this irritant is there, and the oyster is using its own bodily fluid, to create an encasement for this irritant so that it doesn't rub it the wrong way. And over time, couple of years, a pearl will be formed. And these are farmed that way so that man literally opens up the little oyster and puts the irritant in there. Now, if it's a natural pearl, one that was not farmed, then that pearl happens because of that flow of water in and out of the shell. And the size of the pearl, the perfection of the roundness, if it's perfectly round, so the highest and greatest value in man's world. And also the luster that's on the outside of the pearl figures into the value, whether it's a cultured pearl or a natural pearl. But a natural pearl, that is one that would be maybe this size. It's very tiny. It's not too big. You can see if you put it up here, it's smaller than this one. That would be worth thousands and thousands of dollars, natural. If it's a cultured pearl, then it kind of depends on, it will be expensive, be several $100s, maybe $1,000. And also they come from different regions of the world. Some are from China, Japan, and the Tahitian Islands. And all of these produce their own particular kind of pearl. Believe it or not, this is true. So pearls are valuable. And what is the legacy that we want to pass down to our children on this fine Easter morning? That something we've learned, well, I think it's that irritant. That irritants will come. We will have irritants. There will be trials and tribulations in life. And these trials and tribulations come in all sizes, just like pearl comes in all sizes. And it is made inside of this oyster. And but it's this grain of sand gets in there and it rubs the oyster the wrong way. And the oyster produces this film. And it continues producing the film until it forms this stone or a pearl. So in our life, we have had irritants. Now, as grandparents, we've lived longer. So we've had much more opportunity to look back. We have a better vantage point. And we can see, well, we've had many, many irritants, and how we viewed them made a lot of difference in how they showed up. So, for instance, in the Bible, there's a lot of talk about the pearl of great price. And Jesus said that it's the whole idea that the kingdom is worth that much. And then where did he say the kingdom was? Oh, yes, he did. He said the kingdom is within. So today, when we think about an irritant, we have to also remember that the legacy we pass on is maybe not the form of the irritant so much as how we handle this irritation, how we cover it with love, how we perceive it, how we look at it differently, understanding that all things do work together for good, understanding that there can be grief and loss, and there can be sorrow and even fear for a moment. But we have passed down to them a hope that surpasses understanding. The hope that there's a great pearl of price, great price, being formed because of this irritant. There's all different kinds of irritants. Some could be very minor, like I don't have enough money for this dress that I want, or I need to lose 20 pounds. Okay, that'd be considered kind of a minor irritant. But there's some that are very, very serious in life, and there's some that just really take the wind out of you. Well, the message that I believe holds true on Resurrection Sunday is that this pearl, you could equate it back to Christ. There's a great irritant in his life in which he died. He died. And he was in the grave or the tomb, covered in darkness. Till the day he came out of the tomb. Pearl of great price. And by the way, you also are the pearl of great price. And it does say that we walk with him. It does say that his life is within us. It does say, take up your cross and follow him. It also says, nevertheless, I died, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live by the faith of the Son of God who loved me, gave himself for me. I am the pearl of great price. Think about it. And so that is what we want to pass on to our children. How does that happen? By the way you live. When those irritants come through the process of many, many years, we probably didn't handle them as well early, but now we're older. We can either be our grouchy, cynical selves, or we can begin to recognize that no one gets the message until we get the message. It always begins with us. Be the answer. Be. That's present tense. Be. And so as we walk in our newness of life, as we walk in the power, the life of God in us, we are showing our children and our children's children how that in the face of all kinds of difficulties and irritants in life, that you can rise above all of these things. And it begins with our mind understanding, not walking in our understanding, walking in his understanding, the mind of Christ, and that our hearts are filled with happiness, joy, and love. These two come together. And it's one frequency. It's one beat. It's his heart. Love-dub, love-dub, love-dub. And that frequency draws others in. How much do we want to draw in our children and our children's children into the life of love? So on this great and beautiful Easter morn, as the Jewish people said, L'chaim, to life, and you are making, with one pearl at a time, a whole string of wisdom pearls that you are handing down as a legacy to those you love. Blessings.